Yo, what up guys? Also here back with another trade-up video. So in this video, we are going to talk about the most profitable trade-up contract I have encountered and made a bunch of money with. So first, just a disclaimer, this video was inspired by a video from Jesus, where he also shared his most profitable trade-up contract. So make sure to go watch that if you find that interesting. So back in early March, just when a certain thing was spreading, lockdowns were implemented in many countries, and my country, the Philippines, was one of them. So naturally, a broke student such as myself was looking for ways to earn some money, and the best way to profit I found for this was doing CSGO trade-ups. Keep in mind that these were back in the days when there were not that much tools for helping you with trade-ups. So websites that compute your profit like tradeupspy did not exist yet, and I had to compute everything manually. As you can see here, I had manual computations on my older videos. So while computing for profitable trade-ups, I somehow managed to find this one trade-up with floats super easy to get. It also had a whopping 150% return. So if you didn't know what a 150% return means, that means that if I use $100 all on this trade-up, I would be getting roughly a $150 profit, which will put my total to $250. So overall, this was a very insane trade-up. So this trade-up I am referring to is a cover trade-up of using 5 minimal wear fire serpents and 5... no, I'm just kidding. That was probably cringe, but the trade-up I am referring to was not a cover trade-up. In fact, it was the exact opposite. It was just a simple consumer-grade trade-up that only costed $1. So it was this Canal trade up in where you will be trying to trade up for the AK-47 Baroque Purple or the SG Candy Apple, which I unfortunately did not get here. So going back to the trade up, keep in mind that I have adjusted the prices of these inputs since I was spamming these trade ups back in March to early April. As you can see here, the Canal's inputs only costed 13 cents back then, and the Baroque Purple and the Candy Apple were much more expensive. So this was a loaded trade-up. As you can see, it only costed $1 and I will be getting a profit of $1.50 each time I do the trade-up. So when I found this trade-up, I spammed the hell out of this trade-up. Also keep in mind that these were back in the days when the shattered web operation was still ongoing. So the inputs for this trade-up was dropping like crazy. I remember refreshing the Steam page every 10 minutes and getting 5 to 10 trade-up inputs every time. So I shared this trade-up to 2 of my friends and we spammed the hell out of this trade-up while the operation was still ongoing, and we all made a bunch of money. But how much profit exactly did I get? So to get how much I profited from this trade-up, all I did was I found how many Baroque Purples I sold in this 1 month span. So I checked my emails on how much Baroque Purples I sold on the Steam market and my transaction history with third-party sites I used at the time, like CS.money and Bitskins, and I was able to track a total of 82 Baroque Purples during March 10 to April 10. It was probably a lot more than that, but that is at least the baseline. So assuming that I got a fair 17.5% chance to get a Baroque Purple, that means that I would have done 469 of these trade-ups. So that means that if I was getting $1.50 per trade-up, this trade-up would have netted me $700 in just 1 month, only on this one trade-up. And that was some life-changing money for me. So for a little context, the minimum wage in my country is just 537 pesos or $11 per day. So if I were to work 31 days straight, that would not be even half of what I got during this 1 month span, so that was really a lot. I just started with around a $15 balance and I now have a very decent inventory now. Unfortunately, all good things had to end, and this was definitely one of those. So March 31 marked the end of the shattered web operation. That means that the supply of the inputs for this trade-up was not getting replaced anymore. I did exploit this trade-up for a week and a half more until the inputs were just too hard to get. So right now, this trade-up is currently not as lucrative as it once was, and I don't recommend you guys to try this one out. It is currently just about a break-even, but the inputs are just too hard to get since many of these inputs have been used up over the months, mostly by me. But I will promise to share you guys some more cheap and profitable trade-ups that you guys can spam that are still very effective until now at the end. Also, one more factor that largely contributed to this trade-up not being as profitable anymore was the nerf of the SG. After the SG nerf, the price of the candy apple has kind of halved, so that means that the outcomes were not as juicy as it once was. Lastly, I did this trade-up back in the times when people really do not know how to do trade-ups. Even I had a hard time computing for the profits of each trade-up during these times. A lot of people didn't know how floats for trade-ups work, and a lot of people also don't know how the percentage of the outcomes were computed. But now, a lot more people and YouTubers now know how trade-ups work and what trade-ups are profitable. Also, sites like tradeupspy makes life very easy for computing the profits of your trade-ups. That means that if there was ever a trade-up as profitable as this, a lot of people will be able to easily find it. So as promised, I will be sharing with you guys 2 more profitable trade-ups that you can spam right now. So first trade-up will be a mil-spec Prisma 2 trade-up, and we will be using 6 minimal wear Prisma 2 skins for 13 cents each and 4 factory new breakout skins for 18 cents each. So for the Prisma 2 skins, you can use the Desert Strike, the Prototype, and the CZ Distressed, and for the breakout skins, you can use the MP7 Urban Hazard, the UMP Labyrinth, and the Negev Desert Strike. So the average float for this trade-up must be less than 0.07, so to achieve this, I recommend using minimal wear skins with floats less than 0.095 and factory new breakout skins with floats less than 0.035. So the total cost of the trade-up will add up to $1.50 or €1.28. For the outcomes, this will be a very safe trade-up with a 65% chance to profit. So all of the Prisma 2 skins will be a good profit, and the rest of the breakout skins will be a small loss. So the return of the trade-up will add up to 18%, and you will get 27 cents each time we do this trade-up. So overall, this will obviously not be as profitable of a trade-up as the Canal's trade-up, but this will be a very decent one, so make sure to try this one out. So the last trade-up will be this float's easy to get industrial grade 2018 Nuke trade-up, and we will be using 7 minimal wear Nuke skins for 14 cents each and 3 factory new bank skins for 9 cents each. So the average float for this trade-up must be less than 0.0843, so to achieve this, I recommend using minimal wear Nuke skins with floats less than 0.105 and factory new bank skins with floats less than 0.035. So the total cost of the trade-up will add up to $1.25 or €1.08. For the outcomes, you will only have a 19% chance to profit, but getting the AWP Acheron will give you around 4 times your money. Then, the rest of the outcomes will be small losses, but the profits will outweigh the negatives. So the return of the trade-up will add up to 12.8%, and you will get 16 cents each time you do this trade-up. So anyway, if you would like to see the top 5 trade-ups in 2020, make sure to check out this video. Otherwise, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to join my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, that is all for today. This is Elsu, and peace out.